Hi everyone. I'm going to provide you guys a chance to either replace a missing test or improve a low test score if that's what you'd like. You can do this for one test from quarter three. We have covered 3 units, but we only tested on 2 of them. So we did the unit housing unit and we did taxes. We have also done a unit on budgeting. And so if you need to replace a missing test, you need to do this on the unit that you missed. If you want to improve a test score, however, I will let you include the budgeting unit in this opportunity to improve a test score. I will upload the directions to the assignment, but I also want to just give you some illustrations to help you understand what's involved. So this assignment, replacing a test from quarter 3, involves a 2-page report, and it will consist of the following. You need to have a title of the unit that you're working on, as well as a picture to illustrate the concepts of that unit. You need to list 10 vocabulary words, as well as their definitions, neatly organized on the paper. I hope that this is done in a Word document, that it's not handwritten. It needs to be professionally organized. You need to write out 2 of the formulas that were used in that unit, describing what the vocabulary words represent, not vocabulary words, sorry, the variables represent in the formula. And then you need to create an example for each formula, and then use the formula to illustrate the answer to your example. The final thing that you need to have in each report is between 3 and 5 bulleted points that list the concepts that are important for you to understand. For example, when we did the automobile unit, it was important for you to understand that the value of an automobile generally depreciates over time. That's an important concept for you to understand. So that would be one of the key points if you were to do that unit. But that's a first semester unit, and we're not doing first semester units. But that's an idea of what I'm talking about when it comes to key concepts. I'm going to show you some examples of what other students have done. We were going to do this project as a final exam, part of your final exam, but we're not going to do that anymore since we won't have a final exam. But students last year did this project, so I want to illustrate what they did as for one of their pages. I'm going to share my screen with you. So here is an example of someone who did a page. Hers needs to be 2 pages, but this is just something to understand. You have 10 vocabulary words at least. You need the formulas, and then you need to explain them, and you need to use them. This is really not a great example of this project, so it's useful to see that this is not going to get you the full points. Although she does have a picture, and she has a title, and she has the vocabulary words, she hasn't explained her examples, and her concepts are not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a list of things that you need to know how to do. I'm looking for a list of important things to know. Okay, so this is not a great example. Let me show you an example that is better. Okay, so here's an example of a unit that we were going to do this semester, but we haven't gotten to, and I'm not sure how much we'll get to, but it was owning your own business, being your own boss. So this person has a nice title, lots of illustrations. She has her 10 vocabulary words and the definitions. She has her formulas, which she's already described what the vocabulary words represent. She's come up with a nice example and has illustrated the math for that. And she's done this with 2 different formulas. One was for expense and one was for revenue in this unit. And then she's listed 3 concepts that are important for you to know. So this person's work, even though it's a little bit plainer on this side, is actually a better example of what I'm looking for than the first person's example I showed you. Okay, so I hope that helps, but if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm going to stop recording this and put this on Teams.